right, come on over here with me, guys. I'm gonna get this electrical ran. Electrical's gonna get ran on this wall here. Now, in some of you guys' situations, I know you watch videos. It's always, well, how's this gonna benefit? How's this gonna help me? It's not that easy. Because in my case, my secondary panel is literally right on the other side of this wall, literally right here. So only thing I gotta do is cut a hole right here, run the wire right up into the box. So, but in other cases, you have your double plates that you're gonna go up to. If you have attic access, you're gonna want to go up there, get a best marking of footing measurements. Maybe you measure it off, maybe you walk it off, so you can figure out exactly where this area is at here. Once you figure out exactly where that double plate is at, you're going to obviously make sure, if you can, look up inside your electrical box to see if there's any wires going up. If there's no wire going up, feel free to drill down. If there's wires going up, you want to make sure obviously you're either going to the right of it or to the left of it to make sure you're not going to drill in any of those wires. So if you guys are having to go into attic access, you're just going to find the exact area. You're going to drill down with a long enough drill bit, drill down so your electrical wire will be able to get pulled straight down in there. All right, I'm about to take my measurement down here on the wall, get you guys angled down here. Take my measurement from the floor, bottom of the box. I want it to be exactly at 12 inches, but I'm probably gonna raise it up a little bit more. It's not an exact measurement for this one. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit higher, just due to the fact that someone who's gonna move in over here, when I decide to sell the house, they're gonna thank me for their back for putting it up just a little bit higher. Again, it's on the side of the refrigerator, so you're not gonna be able to see it. So I'm gonna go out to about 16 inches when it comes to this outlet here. I'm gonna take my box here, put it on the where my 16 inches is gonna be at exactly, and then trace around it, and then use my multi-tool, and I'm gonna cut that hole out for it. Eye protection and my hearing protection. And again, when you guys are doing this, just make sure you're going pretty slow. I know that my bar for my outlet that has multiple lines going through is all on this side, and I have one more on this far right side here, so I know I'm not going to accidentally cut into them because they're actually going through a steel pipe, which is actually very nice as well too. Guys, right in there, if you can see a little bit. So right there, so there's one of my tubes, and then there is the other right there. So we got good coverage right there. So I'm gonna take you guys over to the breaker panel box here. Get this all taken off. I'm gonna take my flashlight, shine it over there on the other side, and I should see light come through her. And there you go. You can see the light right there. Yep, right there is where you can see the light at. And the only thing I do is fish my tape down there. I'm gonna go turn off my power to the breaker, to the main breaker, and then I'm gonna run that line over there to that location. All right, power's off. Let me go into the kitchen and then run my fisher tape down through there and hopefully see it come out on this direction where you guys can be at right here. There we go. All good to go. Gonna tie my electrical wire off to here, and I'm gonna pull it right back up there, and I'll see you guys on that side for the electrical. I know this is a terrible, terrible video. I can't find my electrical tape, so I'm just only taping this, guys. I'm not doing nothing extra. I'm not gonna do nothing wrong. I just need this just for temporary. So don't cloud me down in the comment section. Please don't. Please don't. I always have my electrical tape. I don't know where it's at. I promise. I promise. You want to make sure you get yourself just enough inside the electrical box. So for me, all right, got my clamps. I'm going to take my needle nose. So what you guys want to do, that's what all these plates are here for. So that's what you guys will use to pry up to get things out of there, to be able to feed it down in there. So I'm going to take off this, pops right off after you knock it up. Throw it off. Grab one of yourself, one of these clamps here. I grabbed the wrong one. One reason I say I grabbed the wrong one is because it's going to be a little bit hard because I can't screw this on. So let me go run out to my shed to see if I actually have one of my other ones where I can just push down in there and it's good to go. So give me 1 second. Awesome. So basically all this difference is for this one is it has these little clips right here. So when I push it down, it actually snaps and locks it into place versus, obviously you guys saw, you got to screw this in a little bit harder to do when it's already established. So go ahead and take your connection clamp, essentially, back these out. Feed your wire through it. There's that. Turn it to the side so I can be able to see exactly how I'll be able to get this. So then all you gotta do is just push it down. Come on. All right, give me 1 second to use both hands. That one's all into place now. So again, get your right measurement. I'm gonna grab my 15 amp breaker and I'm running this off of 14 2-wire. Obviously that's what you need for your 15 amp breaker. Make sure you guys do your research. Again, not a certified electrician, just do my extensive research. So I'm gonna hook this into here. Push it in. Just like that. Give it a nice little tug. Make sure everything's all good. I got it starting with it off. I'm going to strip my wire back. So I'm about to grab my knife. All right, got my knife here. I'm just going to make sure I get my right measurement. So all that's going to go about right there. You just want to score it. You don't want to shove it down in there. Just score it nice and even. Back to where the clamp is at. Leave just a little bit. Oops. I think it's time for me to get a new blade. Peel all this back. Take the blade, cut it away from it. There we go. Peel the paper all out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead, push these right exactly where they need to go. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the clamp up down here because I got exactly what I already need in here. It's all nice and snug there. You don't want to obviously crank it down to where you're pinching the wire and causing a nasty kink. And then for over here, I'm going to run, because I'm working on this side of the box, get everything ran over nice and neat. Grab my wire cutters. Get that to the right angle, exactly how I want it to be. Clip it on this side, just want a little bit hanging over there on that side. Put my ground in first. Crank that down. Take your white wire. Put your white wire right above that so they're right by each other. Have a little bit over here on this side over here. Oops. Strip your wire. I'm just so used to using my pliers here. I used to work as a cable man, so I'm able to, make sure I'm not cutting it too deep and be able to strip my wires just perfectly. Tighten this part down. Cool. And then we're going to take our black wire, so push that all to the back. I'm going to take my black wire, run it the same course, and then cut mine. So let me actually show you guys, because if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a line indicator right here. It's actually a line indicator that tells you the good stopping point. So what I want to do is I want to get my thing lined up to exactly where I want it to be, which is about right here. I'm going to cut off all this access here. Then I'm going to take this here, bring you guys a little bit closer. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that line. So right there is where it wants us to stop. So like that's the stopping point. So I want to stop right there. Strip this part. Oops. Now I got the perfect stopping distance that is telling me for going inside there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, snap this back into place. Got that back into place. Run my wire up inside there. Take my flathead. I don't know the correct term, but if you guys got one of the little square heads, like if I really wanted to, I do have a square head on the impact. Don't use an impact or a drill on that. They actually make square heads for electrical. It gives you that extra capability of being able to get that one last good little quarter turn to make sure it's a nice snug fit. Make sure everything's good. Push everything out of the way. And guys, that's all you need to do. As for the breaker box size, so let me get the breaker box panel back on. What you're gonna need to do is you're gonna want to knock out where obviously you just added yours on. So mine is right here. So I'm going to bend it up. Keep bending it back and forth. Just because it's a little sharp on the edges here from doing it to the others, just take your needle nose, go back and forth, wiggle it off, and put your panel back on. There's a couple of spots on my other breaker panel that is not marked. I'm just going to remove this off of here. Fridge is not there anymore. This is the entire fridge is on its own circuit. Fridge. All good to go. And then we'll come back to that after we get done getting the other side all nice and wired together and like how it should be. So let's go back over here. Okay, so get my multi-tool out of the way. Basically all I want to do is push this back in there. Usually you want to have yourself like sometimes of a nice U. Don't have it where you don't have any slack. But at least give yourself, like, if you ever one day needed to cut or do anything else in this outlet or whatever you need to do, you have plenty of slack to do so. So I think that's enough here because I have some dripping down. So I'm going ahead and snip this here. You want to score the cable. And since we're only working in an electrical box, you don't need to score that much. You want to just score just the part that's at least going in an electrical box. There's no reason to have that much access available. So, cool. Gonna knock out one of these holes here. Since I'm coming from the top, I'm gonna knock out the top. And for this one here, guys, I went with, because I can't get to my, there's no stud behind this at all. So I went with, get you guys here, the ones where it kicks up and that once you get the screw in it, this starts to come up and it sucks it to the wall. So you have a good, nice tight fit. Now I do have a situation here just due to the fact of there is old wall like siding behind here. So I'm gonna have to notch a couple of the stuff out of the way so then I'll be able to do so. So give me a few minutes, let me go ahead and notch some of those out and I'll resume back to getting this box installed with the wire coming down for it. Alright, I got it all mounted up. I had got those all chiseled up, was able to flip them up so then there's a nice secure fit here on the box. So that's all good to go there. Now I'm going to push this up in there. I'm going to actually strip it back a little bit further back inside there. So I'm going to go back to there. There we go. While keeping this pressed up towards the back. It's a little bit harder because this knife is really chunky and it's not that easy to use. Cut it. Usually it's easier when you have it all the way back in a box and you just take the knife and you just slip it that way. But I don't have that other knife right now. Take my paper off of the ground. Grab my receptacle. So what I normally do with all mine, push it back in there, and then I do like a little wave. So I do like a little S. So I push it back in there, push this down, push it in there, and now I got exactly what I need, exactly like that for my wiring to fit in there pretty nice, where it's not going to be smashed all the way up in there. So there's that. I'm gonna strip my whites, strip my blacks. Strip it enough so when you run it, you have enough to where you can make a nice little hook for that to wrap around the screw. Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot you was in my ear. I'm over doing a YouTube video. What's good, shorty? No, I don't work today. I work tomorrow. I mean, I just fell. There we go. Sound like an old man talking about I just fell. Gonna flip on the outlet to make sure we're all good. I'm actually going to plug something in so we know that it's actually working. So give me one second to grab this plug in. No sparking, no smoking, I don't see. Moral of the test, I was charging my camera. Gonna plug it in, see if it's charging for me. We got charging, so we're good to go, guys. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.